Hello.
Howdy, howdy.
What's up, bud? How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm hanging out, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I like,
Good, easy Saturday.
yeah, I like your left shark. It's cool.
Oh, yeah, right? Look, I got my green screen working.
Working.
I don't remember this from this Super Bowl, but I believe that if you look just to let me figure out how this camera works. It's my right hand. Yeah, if you look just to my right, I think it's Mr. Pooh or whatever his name was from South Park.
Oh, Mr. Hanky?
Mr. Hanky, yeah, the sentient turd. I don't remember that from the Super Bowl, but I saw it when I was putting the picture in, and I was like, let's just keep him. It's 2020.
A little bit of hanky.
Yeah.
I like that hat.
Mr. Hanky's here. Thanks, man. I'm wearing a celebratory hat today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm celebrating. I think that many of my friends and family are celebrating. Lots of people that I know. I know you're celebrating.
Absolutely.
What are we celebrating?
We're gonna... Oh, do you hear that? Oh, what's this? Oh, Harvey Updyke is no longer killing trees or anything else for that matter.
Roll Tide. I hope.
Oh my God.
You know what? You know what my favorite part is that you can tell that Harvey Updyke is a product of like just years of tainted alcohol.
Oh, it's brutal, man. It's
man.
Did you ever hear him speak?
No, it's terrible. I mean, I was listening to the radio when he called into Paul to talk about poisoning the trees. I was listening to his phone call where he was like talking about how he saw some Auburn fans put a jersey on a statue, so he decided to go poison a 85-year-old tree.
Right. It's crazy, like, for anyone who doesn't know, because obviously this is kind of like a smaller market thing. Auburn University, Aaron and I actually met there, and so like, there are these trees. There were these oak trees that were there 85 plus years. They were planted around the foundation or the founding of the school, if I'm not mistaken, or they just even predated the school. But anyway, after each game, if Auburn wins, no matter what sport, they TP the trees. So they take toilet paper, throw it on the trees. It's this whole thing. And Alabama and Auburn have this deep rivalry. And this guy, Harvey Updyke, after one of the Iron Bowls, which is the Auburn-Alabama rivalry, they put I think it was a Cam Newton jersey, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
On a statue of Bear Bryant, which is like one of the legendary coaches of Alabama, and he got pissed, so he literally poisoned the two oak trees with enough soil poisoning to kill. Like, these are not small trees. The amount of poison that he had to unload was unreal in order to kill them. But
I think that.
Yeah.
And whenever you say that, like, roll the trees, I think that it's important that people get good sense of what that means. So I actually just linked one if you want to go there, or you can search it yourself. Look for the 2013 Iron Bowl one.
All right.
I want people to get an idea of what it looked like then versus, like, the final roll where people were rolling what looked like stumps, like just dead stumps.
2013 Iron Bowl. All right, here we go. Yeah, so this is... You have to experience it, really. Oh.
This is, 2013, they were already down because there's the wires.
Oh, okay, so, yeah.
Maybe they were in the corner.
We could do 2010, I'm assuming.
Do 2010. That's a good one. Do, or even earlier, just after, like, a good Iron Bowl win. It won't matter.
Oh, the national championship. There we go. Look at this.
This is what it is whenever, back in the day when you used to be able to roll these two huge oaks.
Yeah.
This is downtown Auburn.
There we go. Look at this. Those oaks, they're absolutely massive. Like, these were not small trees by any means.
And it's kind of weird. It developed this whole new technology behind it. Auburn University developed these giant... They have a great, like, agricultural department and forestry department, and they develop these giant, like, they look like combines, like tractor combines, right? Only they have something that shoots water at the toilet paper to, get it to disintegrate a little bit, and then, like, a giant leaf vacuum that sucks it all off but protects the tree.
Yep.
And then you just recycle it all, So it's pretty interesting side note.
Anyway, yeah, this is a historic day, It was crazy, man. Like,
go to the last rolling of Toomer's Oaks. with the difference in the trees after they. So Harvey called into Paul Feinbaum's show. Paul Feinbaum is a radio show Hall of Famer for sure. He is absolutely and he's made his living off of covering Alabama sports.
Right.
But it's a nationally syndicated show now, and he's huge, right? And so Harvey sees somebody vandalize a statue, and by vandalizes very liberally used here.
Right. That's crazy.
And so that's the trees now. Look at them, just dead stumps, you know?
Yeah. No leaves, just yeah.
He bought a controlled herbicide poison, and he poisoned the trees. A controlled poison that was so controlled that the Department of Homeland Security got in on the investigation to try to figure out how he got something like this.
Right, yeah.
Straight up, licensed for industrial use. And he killed these trees that have been there forever. He's also, he named one of his daughters Bear. He's just one of these crazy football fans. And I mean, they exist for every fan base, but most of the time it doesn't end up being, quite literally millions of dollars in damages. They had to reroute water supplies for a little bit because they're afraid of ground seepage.
Yeah, the ground poisoning. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. They had to remove hundreds of pounds of dirt. They had to test thousands of trees on the property.
They considered it a domestic terrorist act, if I'm not mistaken. It was.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. Well, and you said he named one of his daughters Bear. His I think it's his granddaughter's name is Alabama, hyphenated. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, and I think they lived in Texas, which is the weirdest part.
I think he lived in Alex City.
Okay.
Sylacauga, somewhere like that. But they had roots in both Texas and Louisiana.
That sounds like Sylacauga. That sounds like some Sylacauga stuff.
Sylacauga is a weird place. In Sylacauga, they only let you buy these mini bottles of beer. You can't buy a 12-ounce beer. I think the top is 8. So if you go and buy a 6-pack, it's they make you look like giants, and you have to get 4 or 5 6-packs to be the same thing.
Yeah, it's just sad, man, and it's not going to impact a lot of people the way it does if you grew up there, but it's a cornerstone of the community, because when it comes to universities and local spots, and you talk about tradition, a lot of it's money grabs, right? Which that's just how it is. But Auburn's community was built around the university as opposed to vice versa, because it wasn't a mill town, it was a railroad town, right, initially, and I'm fairly certain it was a railroad town initially, but the university had been there for hundreds. I don't even know how old the university is at this point, but really long time. And the entire city was kind of built around it. So the traditions of the university became the traditions of the city. And it was just really surreal when the trees were gone, right? Because they're absolutely massive. But anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sports, man. Sports are crazy.
Yep.
But yeah.
Speaking of crazy sports, anybody who thinks that we're going to have a college football season this year is kidding themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
So a lot of the professional sports either had their seasons cut short or have to start their seasons throughout this COVID crisis, and they've kind of taken different approaches to handling it. The NBA has been incredible with their response, just very, very by the books. All the recommendations are heeded. They're pioneering new recommendations as they go. NFL is kind of well, if you die, you die. It is either this or CTE. So
it sucks to suck, homie.
Yeah. And baseball is kind of doing a good job, right? Baseball did a lot. Did you hear anything about what all precautions they were taking? It's actually kind of nuts.
No, I saw I know there's no fans. I know that it's hard. They cut the season to I don't even know how many games it was. It was.
So it was originally 3,220 games.
That's too many games.
Yeah, way too many games. It was either 3,000 or 4,000 a few years ago, and they cut it back.
Right.
They've cut them down to 60. And neutral site requirements are greatly reduced. So either team can kind of request a neutral site if there's been an outbreak in the city or something like that. And they're really trying to work hard on scheduling things around. It's not like you have to ship fans anyway, since all the fans are cardboard cutouts now.
Oh,
or if
yeah.
you watch the games, and I've got a good video of that.
Look at
Well, folks,
this.
baseball is back.
Yeah,
Again, the fans
it's
are
pretty
not
good.
people.
We're just gonna mute this just in case, but like look at this.
Yep.
It's like
Oh, so yeah, on Fox, this one here, the one that you just saw that looked like people, that's a digital edition. If you're watching baseball games on Fox, they digitally add in fans.
That's so funny, dude.
Like, yeah,
Look at
dude.
this.
And also,
Oh, he's dead. That guy's dead.
That. Yeah. Rip.
That's
No more of that
hilarious,
happening. I guess that also won't happen at hockey games now.
Right.
There will be no fans caught by pucks. So that's a pretty good precaution, right? A big thing that they're changing about baseball that's pretty crazy is that there's no more fighting and there's no more spitting. There's no more like getting up in an ump's face and yelling at them. None of that. There's no tobacco or sunflower seeds allowed.
Yeah, there's no more kissing. You can't kiss the pitcher at the mound.
Cannot preseason or pregame kiss between the catcher and the pitcher.
Done. Gone.
That's why in the gay community we call these things catchers. I mean, I'm not in the community, but why? I wish I was. The market would be way more open. But also,
shit.
my wife would leave me.
Yeah, you know.
That'd be pretty terrible.
She
might not leave me. It's 2020, but yeah, it's still not interested.
I mean, they did it in like the 60s.
Yeah, pitchers and catchers used to make out at the mound.
Yeah, that's where it originates, the terminology. No, this is good. This is funny. Because like it reminds me of like actual live games in basketball games where they have the giant head cutouts like behind the basket. Except it's just everyone now.
Everyone all the time. They also pipe in crowd noise, which makes me wonder.
That's weird.
Like, did you have to get was there a gig on Craigslist that was like, we're looking for 212 Philadelphians to yell "fuck you, batter," like, all at once, was there an open call for that job? And if so,
specifically,
if there's Rangers, if you need one, I'm here.
Specifically, like, I wonder if they had to get like a bunch of people to get thrown out for being like overly racist in the stands. So like, it's like, we need you to pretend to be racist. You don't actually have to be. Yeah.
Boston just put out a call and was like, "Hey, we're gonna need y'all to yell, that shit you normally yell.
Right. Just be yourselves.
Yeah. Just be yourself." They just put pitching machines with beer bottles in the stands.
Just eating those shits. They're beaning people out in the left field with the beer bottles. Yeah, it's Jesus, man. That's wild. No, it is good. I think this is a good way to handle sports because like I honestly, dude, like live sports are cool, but you don't need live audience for a sport to go on. Like as long as like the quarantine system and basketball's probably handling it the best. It's such a small
part of their profits anyway,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
a lot of their profits, and you can tell things that like the sports that do rely on live ticket sales, they're not having them. MLB was like, no minor league baseball this year because nobody's watching minor league on TV. They're just going to it live, right?
Just so you can get $5 pitchers of beer.
Liability, yeah. But nobody wants the liability of that.
Absolutely.
So that seems like a pretty good plan of action, right? Like baseball's, and they've got like auditors on site. Everybody's wearing masks, like everything else. There's during training camp, people were limited to groups of 6 with, appropriate spacing in locker rooms. So baseball season opened up. We're about a week in and we have 20 cases of COVID on one team. And cases reported from another. So the Miami Marlins have reported 20 cases on the team, a few coaching staff, a lot of players. I think both of the Braves catchers or all 3 of the Braves catchers couldn't go because of potential exposure. Like maybe sports just aren't back to the college football thing. Like I just don't think it's going to happen.
So another difference between college football players and like professional football players is professional football players can be quarantined in a hotel for the entire season if need be because they're making millions of dollars.
Yeah, for sure.
If you think you're keeping a 19-year-old wide receiver from LA, like, or from like the middle, so it's vice versa. You're keeping a 17-year-old from the middle of Alabama in a controlled facility in the middle of LA for like 3 months. You're out of your fucking mind. There's no way.
Yeah, it just isn't going to happen.
There's
Compliance check happen a lot in college football, but they're never going to be able to keep compliance on this.
No.
Gus Malzahn can't keep his fucking players from kicking in doors of trailers out on Wire Road with shotgun.
I'm saying, dude.
I think he's going to be able to keep them from going to fucking 17-16. You know what I mean?
There's no way.
It's not going to happen. Yeah, so I think college football's done for the year. Bright side, don't have to see Gus Malzahn. Dark side, they may actually still do it, and everybody gets sick.
Yeah.
Like in baseball.
Yeah, the baseball thing. I mean, the baseball makes sense too. The teams. That's another thing with like basketball is as far as the like cutting the rosters down in the close proximity. Not only that, but like they have. People don't think about this, but basketball is the biggest sport on the planet. I think as far as
it's like soccer, European football.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sorry, the biggest American sourced, I guess.
Oh,
you could say.
Yeah.
The biggest American source, yeah.
That America's good at.
Yeah, right. Or that like they take their claim to fame to, right? Because obviously, absolutely, soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, is the biggest on the planet. But basketball, like the NBA, is way bigger than a lot of people think it is because they talk about the NFL all the time. And like the NFL is massive, but like the NBA is currently competing, like.
On almost every continent.
Yeah.
There's going to be NBA like Antarctica in 20 years, and you're going to have people like, D-star college mid laners, playing there.
Yeah. I mean, and like the G League? G League's exciting as shit to watch people playing. Did you see Bull?
Yeah, no, it's fun. I did not.
Oh, dude, it was funny because he's like almost as tall as his dad was, right? He's
tight.
Yeah, and he inbounds the ball, and then like the point guard like is like, "Hey, feed it to me," whatever. He's like, "No, I'm good." He's like 4 feet behind the 3-point line, throws up a 3, and turns around, doesn't even look at it sink, goes back on defense. It was amazing, awesome. But yeah,
G League shit's fun to watch, man. It's fun to watch for the same reason college is.
Sure, they're trying harder, right?
Till they all come down with COVID.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, right?
Huh?
But yeah, man. There's a lot of bad shit going on right now. We got some sex trafficking things going on. It's unfortunate, always unfortunate. I don't know.
Yeah, so the big Ghislaine drops. The second part of the big Ghislaine drops happened yesterday or the day before. Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's alleged mistress, and supporter in all of his terrible crimes, was sued in 2015 by one of the victims, and that victim, those documents are becoming unsealed now.
Right.
The first portion came out a few days before Jeffrey Epstein died.
Yeah.
The second portion came out the other day, and then we'll probably have another drop this coming business week with a little bit more. A lot of pretty big people named in this as being on the island with young girls. Alan Dershowitz, Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, all of which have been kind of rumored to have been, but this is an eyewitness who is naming them in a court deposition. Right.
This video I just pulled up the video of it, but like it's funny because I just realized that homeboy like so he had like the full redacted file, and then he just copied and pasted it, and the redaction wasn't an actual redaction. It was just like an overlay.
Highlight. Yeah, it was like highlight overlay. So they've released these documents, and you can actually take the document for yourself. It's available on the internet. Copy and paste it to clipboard. And then all the redactions will be gone.
Right. It's not truly redacted. Funny. So yeah, that was hilarious, man. Yeah,
it's such a boomer way to release court documents. God. I'm just gonna use Microsoft Word's highlighter. Good. I'm just gonna keep it OCR text, and do it's like 2 steps above learning how to open an app on an iPhone.
Right. They're not even like outported. They're not even like saving it as a PDF. or like
Yeah.
as like any
There's a million
embedded
ways
file.
you could have done this. Yeah, there's like a million ways you could have done this and it be right.
Yeah.
And there's one way you could do it and it be wrong, and that's what you went with. And that's what's really impressive about the court system.
Yeah, it's
so
it's something. Man.
I kind of wanted to talk about one person in particular, whenever it comes to these drops.
Right.
And that's because it's somebody that I follow on Twitter, and that I think is just absolutely one of the masters of fucking up social media. And that's Alan Morton Dershowitz.
Right.
So Alan Dershowitz' claim to fame is that he's a Harvard-educated lawyer. Just pull up his picture.
Yeah.
I got his there. That's pretty good.
We'll pull it up.
He's a famous lawyer. He's represented Simpson. He's argued released some very influential arguments in the impeachment of Bill Clinton, and then argued in the defense of some pretty influential legal opinions about the impeachment of Donald Trump. He's a constitutional lawyer. He's a defense lawyer. He's a pretty big deal, and he's got a metric fuck ton of money. He also looks like Harry Carey touched a monkey's fist that made him age 45 years in like a second.
He looks haunted. He looks like
somebody
he's having war flashbacks.
Yeah, he was a boom guy in that scene of Indiana Jones where they opened the Ark of the Covenant. He wasn't close enough to get turned into a skeleton.
Right.
He was just far back enough holding a mic that he's got, some pretty advanced aging going on. So this guy also represented Epstein. And what's interesting is that he helped negotiate Epstein's famous 2012 Florida plea deal, where everybody who is implicated in Epstein's sex crimes at the time had immunity. And in exchange, Epstein had to register as a sex offender. So essentially, one guy got on a list and everybody else got off. Alan Dershowitz helped argue that deal. Turns out that Alan Dershowitz was one of the guys who was deal. So that's pretty interesting. Now, it's like rich, powerful, scummy people do rich, powerful, scummy things, right? And the unfortunate consequence of that is that a lot of kids get hurt along the way.
Right.
But the one bit of humor that we can take out of it is that Alan Dershowitz has absolutely the best Twitter ever. So he runs a masterclass on things you shouldn't tweet if you're being accused of fucking kids, right?
Right.
He's a lawyer, and any lawyer would have told him not to tweet these things, and he's just doing it anyway. Right. So let's pull up his tweets now.
Get some of those real quick. Yeah, that's something, man. Like, here we go. So we've got what is this?
So this is a book that he wrote that after he was accused of being kids. He writes crazy shit all the time. Yeah, no,
absolutely.
So this book is called Guilt by Accusation. It's kind of like the If I Did It. It was like this big OJ book, Speaking of which, Alan Dershowitz defended OJ.
Probably wrote his book too.
Yeah, right. So that's pretty good. Things you shouldn't name your book if you're accused of banging kids and facilitating the largest trafficking ring America's ever known. Head over to the next one.
Why
I
would
hope
you? What is
Epstein made
this?
videos. I sure would like to remember that. There have been suggestions that Epstein made secret videos of the men who had sex in his houses and planes. I hope he did, and I hope they're all revealed. Like, he wants a recording of them. He needs to be able to... First of all, nobody hopes that, I hope that every motherfucker that did something gets drugged through the court system in the worst possible way, right? But I don't hope that happens contingent on
having
videos of sex with minors being released against their will. It's not nobody hopes for that kind of shit to be released. And he says,
Like,
because they will prove I'm not among them, I hereby waive any right to the Epstein videos. Also, any lawyer knows that that kind of release isn't going to happen.
that's like the Facebook release.
Yeah, it's like, I hope that Jeffrey Epstein comes back from the dead and says that I wasn't involved, because it will prove my innocence. It's like shit that isn't going to happen for $1,000.
No. I like the first comment, or the first response to this. It's, hello, Alan. This is your lawyer speaking. I'm advising you today to please keep posting this shit. That's fantastic. I love Twitter. Twitter's great,
right,
man.
Head over
Okay, hold on. This is a one of two. All right. I stand by the Constitution. What is...
So Alan wrote an op-ed that argued for lowering the age of consent to 15.
Jesus Christ, man.
And he was like, I wasn't making a moral argument, guys. I just sat down and wrote this on paper and submitted it to a large newspaper in hopes that they would publish it and that everybody would be like, huh, that makes sense. This guy who's been accused of banging 15-year-olds wants the age of consent lowered to 15.
Jesus Christ.
It's, of course.
Jesus,
fucking course.
And then, so this is the first. So, I'll read it off. It's, I stand by the constitutional, not moral argument I offered in my controversial op-ed. If a 16-year-old has the constitutional right to have an abortion without state or parental interference, how could she not have the constitutional right to engage in consensual sex? Continued. She adds to her guilt by association by breathlessly declaring that I had a message in Epstein's home. Wait, no, what is
Massage.
This? Is this what am I? Oh, massage. Okay, I can't read. Never mind. This is a completely different one. All right, my bad. Anyway, like, I don't understand what the thought process is like. Did this predate the trials, or was this like...
No, the accusations? No. Like, people have kind of known that that Dersh is a creep since, like, maybe 2000. I mean, probably, like, everybody.
Sure, but like...
Guys like this, he looks like he looks, you know?
That's insane. Just as a reference, there he is again.
Yep.
What is the... I don't understand. First of all, how is this guy so good at practicing law? Because, like...
No idea.
Like,
I'm assuming it's because he's threatened to release dirt on other people. He was like, OJ, look, man, you gotta hire me to defend you or else...
Yeah.
I'm gonna show that video of, when you were on the bills.
You're hanging out with R. Kelly. Like...
So the last really good tweet is this one. Dershowitz was originally accused of being massaged. The first verbal accusation came out, being massaged by underage girls at Epstein's home. And his defense to that is that his wife and daughter got massaged too. He let his daughter be massaged by Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh.
Now, first of all, bad defense. But second of all, I've never been to a homie's house and been like, yo, dude, let's all massage each other. I'm not saying I'm against it. I think we should, normalize back massages a little bit more because my shit hurts, right?
Yeah, right.
And if I have a friend that I'm close with who's particularly good at back massages, then I'll be like, y'all, I got this crick and shit. But, everything around Jeffrey Epstein is about massages, and that's...
Right.
Come on, dude.
Epstein's into his massages, man. Let me tell you.
We know, Dersh. We know what you're up.
Yeah,
Please keep tweeting for sure. Oh wait, no, there's one more good one. I don't know if we got it open, but in March of 2019, so well after this, Dershowitz said, "I challenge any of my accusers to tweet an accusation at me, so I can sue you for defamation."
Was that the one against Netflix? Oh no, that's the book.
No, this is before Netflix. So yeah, but he challenged his Twitter accusers of tweeting something at him, and that tweet is just like 4,000 replies of accusations.
Jesus, look at this.
I challenge my accusers to tweet an accusation, and it's just all fucking accusations.
People flaming him.
No defamation lawsuits. So yeah, if you're looking for somebody funny to follow on Twitter, I recommend one of my favorite Twitter comedians, Alan Dershowitz.
He's gonna have to transition out of law into comedy.
He cosplays a lawyer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Christielia or whatever you say his name, Diella, whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
He can just hang out. He can give him pointers on how to do stand up and hit on 17 or 16-year-olds and 15-year-olds on Snapchat because he thinks that they can't be recorded.
You know, and that's the thing. Like, people are off on this Pizzagate shit, but Hollywood, LA is full of these folks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's been like this forever. Anytime there's a group of elites with extra money, it's unfortunately a side effect of it, and it always has been. I don't.
Is it just like something where like you've driven your 18th Ferrari and wrecked it, and you're just like, well, I need a bigger high in my life, so you get into like adrenochrome and trafficking?
Yeah, or like you're like nothing does it for you anymore, so now you got to hook up with 12-year-olds because it's super illegal. Like, what's the like? I don't understand the thought process and the transition here, but like, I don't know, dude. This is nutty. But look at this guy. You think this man uses logic?
Right back to this guy.
You think this guy uses logic? Like, I don't. He looks like a caricature. This like, yeah. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, that's nutty, man.
You want to talk about something in the video gaming world?
Absolutely. I am always down to talk about some video games, big dog.
So no video game has given me as much anxiety, or no video game trailer has given me as much anxiety for being such a shitty game as this one. This is so computer gaming just chock full of shitty half-ass releases. This appears to be the next in a long series. Yeah.
We'll just watch this. We'll watch this. Here.
Yeah. Put on the volume for this. We can do it.
What the fuck?
It's like Sims plane crash.
I don't. Oh, he leveled. That was impressive. You put out that plane fire.
I like that it's like, click on this plane, click on this death sentence, click on how to solve it.
Right? This looks like a mobile game.
This gives me the nerves. Ugh.
Don't worry, just restart the engines real quick.
You click on the engine and it's like, well, you've got 3 more. Good luck.
It just falls. What the fuck is this? He has a grenade and an Uzi. How do you get those on the plane?
Don't they know it's insensitive to make this game? It's only been 20 years since 9/11.
I mean, it's still fresh in my mind, man. Come on. Who's this guy? Is one of these dudes gonna be a hero? Oh, he's a cop! Why does he have his gun? Is he a sky marshal? Air marshal? Whatever it's called?
He's air ninja.
I like how prior to the Air Ninja, selecting the Air Ninja, he was like, whatever. I'm just gonna have my cocktail. Yeah, she can handle it. That's not my job.
I think now, though, they probably can, right? Like, I've noticed that I haven't, since 9/11, I've only had buff, or like folks that look like they can get rowdy.
Right.
Flight attendants, right? Yeah, they all look like they could probably... You know, like, and plus you're already kind of cramped up and stuff. Given the environmental impact, and it's not my environment, they get like +2 to their own territory. They could all take me.
No, absolutely. It's funny. They're all like they started hiring really compact MMA fighters to like primarily female MMA fighters, so that people are more, they're a little relaxed instead of Brock Lesnar walking down the aisle. But So I like to imagine that somebody tries to, yeah, right. I like to imagine that shit starts to pop off and like they just square up in like a Muay Thai stance, like the hands up, and the dude's like, shit, right before he gets kicked in the face. It's like, not again. Yeah.
Sky Marshal got me. The ninja technique.
Jeez, they drop out of like the overhead bins. Like, sorry, you can't use this one. It's like, but nobody used it. No, there's medical supplies in here. And he's like in there like this with a flashlight and a book. Like, I really hope something pops off tonight, man. He's like reading a Tom Clancy book. Yeah. Like,
at least somebody bitching about having to wear a mask.
Right? Jump out and slap him. Yeah, this is people. So one of the issues with like the quality of games currently is how easy it is to make a game Like,
Yeah,
and
oh,
I
yeah,
use the game, I use the term game
Sure enough.
very loosely. Like,
Yeah.
everyone has access to the Unreal Engine or whatever, and RPG simulators, and like, so like when Final Fantasy came out, groundbreaking, right? You can make that exact same game in like 45 minutes with RPG Maker, and it's like there's thousands of clones of it, right? So it kind of loses its charm. But like, why is this a game? This isn't like, I don't
It's terrible.
understand what the, like, it's ridiculous, man. Like,
It's a very it gets me very nervous.
Yeah.
That part especially. It's like a goose flew into the engine and now just I've got to expect some god game player to fix it from the outside. You'd think that'd be something that they could do from the inside of the plane.
No, it's like and I get it because like it's money, right? So like most of the mobile games on your phone are just dog shit data mining apps, right? So like they'll literally make an app, and when you accept the or whatever, it'll pop up on the screen that says, would you like to give them access to this? And most people don't even look at it, and it'll be like a flashlight app. It's like, can we have access to your apps, your bank account information, and like your mom's cell phone number? Is that cool? And you're like, yeah, okay, I just need this flashlight. Like it and you give them access to it. Like, it's not illegal. They tell you what they're going to access, and it's in the terms and conditions that they're allowed to do it. It's just, you know.
So if y'all want to play this asset dump called Flight Catastrophe, it'll be out sometime soon. It's a point-and-click shitty airplane game that'll make you have anxiety from watching it.
You may shit your pants, but yeah.
Yeah,
you know.
unless they put in people freaking out over masks, I'm probably not going to play it, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people have been freaking out over masks.
No, absolutely. There's a bunch of them, man. There's been so many like fight videos and shit over it. Like it's so funny, actually. people like, it's nuts, dude. I know that like, yeah, it's just ridiculous.
I found a pretty good mask video.
Yeah. I got it up right here. We'll just play this.
Turn on the volume.
Yeah. It's only like 60 seconds. We'll play this real fast.
This morning, as COVID cases mount across the country, the mask debate is intensifying.
People are very passionate on both sides of the great mask debate.
The partisan mask debate is heating up.
Mask debate's growing.
The president is trying to have us cover the mask debate.
CVS, Target, and Walgreens are getting in on the mask debate.
The mask debate now taking center stage at local restaurants.
It's 9 minutes after 6 now, and there's new video of a raging mask debate.
I've been having a mask debate all over
mask
Facebook.
debate in West Virginia might soon be coming to an end.
This mask debate is far from over.
How many mask debates have you gotten into? Love to hear it.
You can't go anywhere online without mask debate. It's me being online.
He found himself in the middle of a mask debate.
Oh my God, the Pope one.
Mask debate.
So we're going to begin with this thing we're calling the Great Mask Debate.
The great. Look at that guy knows. Look at that. That guy knows about some mask debate. Look at him. This guy's been masturbating for years.
Yep.
He lived in South Korea and Japan. He knows all about some masturbates.
Yep.
He's all about some mask. That is the funniest. Oh my God, that is awesome, dude. That is so good. Holy shit. I did not expect that at all. Like, I thought it would be like, you know, some funny thing, whatever. That's fantastic. And that's just, how are you that like nose deaf, right? Like, that's, you can't think of a better name than Mask Debate? It sounds like an Italian news station, but like hey, we're gonna talk about the mask debate. Like, it sounds like an episode of The Sopranos, right? Like, they're just sitting in a room, and he's like, "Hey, Tone, what you doing in there?" He's like, "Hey, I'm trying to masturbate." Like, what the?
Standing at his computer, pounding away at the keyboard,
wearing a mask. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
This is great.
It's probably because facial conversation doesn't have the same ring to it.
Yeah. I feel like this almost feels like a 4chan troll. Like, I know it's not, but it feels like what they would do is where they would like tweet stuff out, like shave your head for Bieber, and everybody would like shave all their heads, and like it would be like all these 14-year-olds with no hair because they started a trend on there, or like stuff like that, like the pranks and shit that we used to do, but like the media just made it up. They were just like, yeah, this is perfectly fine to say. This is good. This is
the media, they love sneaking in subliminal messages about masturbating. Everything they can.
Jesus Christ. Hold on. There was a really good one. Where is it? Is it this one? This one's good.
Greens are getting in on the masturbate.
Hold on. I gotta find. Just saw it. The Pope one. This one's great.
Whole nother level.
Bishop David Zubik tells Pittsburgh's Action News 4 he found himself in the middle of a mass debate.
Pretty good.
This bishop. Yeah, I found myself in the middle of a mass debate, man. I almost didn't make it to mass. Like, oof. God, that's something. That's good. That's a good one. I'm about it.
Right. Masturbates if they're not all the fights and stuff that have been coming out of it. I know that you like fighting yourself.
Absolutely.
You like MMA.
Big fan.
And I was thinking about it the other day, and there was this show that used to be on MTV that was called Bully Beatdown.
Oh yeah, I remember watching that. This show was great. Yeah, here we go. Yeah.
Ever watch Bully Beatdown?
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
So fun fact before we even start this, Jason Mayhem Miller, it's this guy with the red in his hair right here, was in the UFC. He actually fought, I think, Jens Pulver or someone else. He was on one of the seasons of The Ultimate Fighter. Anyway, he's from North Carolina, specifically Fayetteville, North Carolina, which happens to be about an hour from where I used to live in North Carolina. And I have friends who know him because we all train jiu-jitsu. So he had a complete mental break back in like 2015, 2014, and like punched a cop in the face and like went to jail and shit. And he's doing better now. But like when you're watching this, you can see it behind his eyes. Like it's there, right? Just as a preface. So we'll check this out.
Yeah. Poison out? Yeah, I'm healing them.
You're healing them?
Yep. They're weak. I'm making them real men.
So you put them on like weightlifting regimen or?
No, I bash their faces in.
Oh. How does Taylor take it that you are dating his sister?
I don't think he likes it. I don't really care.
Did she have some poison in her?
Yep. I put the poison in her.
How's that chicken?
How do I know if I have the poison in me?
I can see it right now.
I have it?
Yeah, you have the poison, yeah.
Wait, is there some type of process? Do you have to like suck it out like a snake bite?
No. Slap you in your face.
the most stereotypical bullies for this. Look at this guy.
That was so funny. He's like, yeah, I'll slap you in your face, and he just laughs because like this dude's a professional fighter. Like this guy that he's talking to is just some dude, but he just threatened to slap a professional. He's in the UFC like at this time, like right before he get like. You just threaten to slap a UFC fighter in the face because you think you're tough. Like that's hilarious, dude. Like that's nutty. All right, we're gonna skip.
This is a little long. We can skip forward to the actual fight.
All right, so when they do, there's like these phases of the fight, and he never actually hits him in the face or anything, and they like wear gear and shit. All right, here, let's see, right here. This is so good. This is as early 2000s as it gets.
Oh yeah, dude. Also, where did they get a crowd this big?
I mean, I would go see this.
Yeah, but like
I'm pretty sure they're in like MTV studios and stuff, so.
Oh, okay.
It's a really good guillotine. It was funny watching this because like these are all legitimate techniques. Like he's not like bullshitting. Like this is all real. The things he's doing.
You think the fights are real?
So they are actually. So they like sign waivers and stuff. I'm assuming, but like the things he's doing in the ring, they're not fake.
You think he's like putting on the twist though?
Oh yeah, I don't think he's like trying to beat the shit out of these people because he could, but absolutely, yeah. Yeah, like. Look at him just cruising up. Look at that single leg. Look at him just chilling, dude. Guillotine. Tap. Easy. Like it's nothing, dude.
it's never a fucking, like, it's got to be something where you don't have any chance of winning it, man. $5,000 for 5 minutes. I mean,
absolutely.
This method might work a little bit more fair if it was like 30 seconds,
right?
Maybe a minute.
Yeah,
but well, I mean, come on, I think
the whole
30
concept...
seconds in, and he's already fucking $2,000 down.
Yeah, he's tapped twice in 40 seconds. I think that I think the reason they do it is so that they can just beat the shit out of him for longer. But like, look at that guillotine. That is not fake. You don't fake that like, there's no chance. He literally, like, so he's just goofing with him. But look, he snapped down front headlock, guillotine, pulls him off his feet. Like, that's, you don't fake that, dude. Like, that's not something you can kind of like choreograph. And I know from being in them, they suck. It hurts. It is not fun. But it's still, man, this is crazy. This show is, I wish they would do more stuff like this, like modern day. Look at him just slapping him. He's just playing with him. Oh no, he's on my back. Seonagi. Right on his back. Like, just whipping this. Look at that. Like it's nothing.
So,
anyway,
people should do more of this.
Oh, I agree completely.
Like TV networks should do more of this kind of reality television. Because I mean, I've been on a reality television kick lately, and there's some good, like 90 Day Fiance is premium fucking cringe television. I've been watching some Trading Spouses, which is just highlighting the most terrible people in America.
Yeah, Wife Swap.
Wife Swap, Army Wife. Yeah, it's all fucking garbage, right?
It's just trash TV.
Yeah, the people should do more trash TV with fights.
Oh, absolutely. I feel I would love it if and it's definitely an MTV thing, right? Or like it would have been Spike TV, but that's not the thing anymore. It's like Paramount Network. But I absolutely think they should have like an office brawl thing where like you can like challenge your coworkers through this reality TV show and you fight in your office. Yeah. But like they put on gear and like.
If there's some tattoo industry like Instagram organized boxing that, you know, of course it's the tattoo industry, so it's like some guy named Johnny Needles who's been decked out in fucking nothing but tap out gear and sullen, you know,
American Fighter shit from like Buckle.
yeah, fighting, you know.
Yeah.
Some other tattooer the same ilk, so I've never actually watched any of the matches, but it's pretty good. Something else people should be doing a lot more of is blocking courthouses from landlords getting in to evict people. I fully endorse this.
So hold on, I'll pull this up.
New Orleans.
Yeah, we'll watch this real quick. I like how he's wearing his mask under his nose.
Yeah, like, come on, you fucking loser. God damn it. I hate this guy.
All the protesters are, you know.
This lady. I need to get in here to kick somebody out of my house. Don't you like how, like, they immediately know who's a landlord, too? It's gonna be some fucking snooty, middle-aged white person carrying paperwork, and they're just like, nah, dude, you have no business at the court today. Put that paperwork down.
Yeah,
Go
you're
home.
good.
Look at this guy. Come on, man. What are you gonna do?
Like, just bounce him. It's just, and so before, and I know people, there's always a divide when it comes to protests, especially when it comes to blocking work. And there's going to be this angry undertone for a lot of people, but like, I want you guys to think about like the amount of money that is owed in rent because people just straight up haven't worked, right?
Yeah.
And they
have an eviction crisis like we've never seen.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about homeless numbers? I'll tell you about some homeless numbers, dog. It's going to get bad because I have friends currently, and these aren't, and when we talk about this, we're not talking about people that are like, when people think of like the lazy welfare thing, like the stereotype that doesn't exist, by the way, not really. The like 2% or whatever, they think of like the people that like don't save money and they burn all their money and shit. That's not the reality, dude. We're talking about like, I have friends who have 3 jobs, all 3 of them furloughed, and he's gonna have a house, right? Because he had to zero out his savings account to cover 1 month of rent, right? It's dangerous and it's scary, and it's like the assistance programs that have been put into place are abysmal compared to the rest of the world. Horrible. Yeah. Like, we've gotten $1,200 and It's been what, 4 months now?
Almost 5, yeah.
Almost 5 months, and they're looking at a second stimulus of another $1,200. Meanwhile, you look at Canada, they get $2,000 a month based on income. Italy straight up canceled all rent and shit, and it was all government funded and subsidized, and like,
we got trillions to buy planes. We got fucking billions to buy houses for folks. You know what I mean? Like,
and the big issue is like how they screwed the citizens when it came to the first stimulus, because it was all tax buyouts. You know, hold on, I gotta look up the numbers, but did you know that I believe it was American Airlines got a multi-billion-dollar buyout, stimulus buyout.
So that's the thing, yeah. Like if we buy out
$25 billion to the airline industry. Go fuck yourself.
That means that the American people should own those fucking shares. If the taxpayers paid that out, that is what that means. That the American voters should be board members, shareholders at this company, and this company should be forced to finance themselves as such.
Look at this.
Know?
So I want to give you a background. So my father works for a major airline as a aerospace technician, right? So he doesn't like work for the airline, but he like fixes planes. And so he kind of has like, he's a higher up where he works, right? So he like kind of has an insight to like the business aspect of it, because he hangs up with the dudes he works with, right? So he was talking about back in I want to say around 2008 when the economy crashed and everybody lost their houses and shit. Multiple airlines were going to go under, and they were part of those massive corporate tax breaks and like the buyouts and all that stuff from the banks, and they got the forgiveness and whatever. So what happened was right before the crash, they sold all of their stock, right? And then they bought it back right after the crash, right? Rebuilt, hoarded all their stock, kept all the money, and instead of investing this money that they were supposed to back into the company, they just used it to buy more stock. They used it to boost the numbers of the stock, right? So then when it crashed again and their stock wasn't worth anything, they didn't have any working capital to, you know, fix the problem because they wanted to make more money. So instead of being punished for that, they're like, no, here's $25 billion more dollars. But
to do the same thing again in 8 years, you know?
Yeah, it's just like a cycle.
Yep.
It's almost like it's almost like a business model. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's okay. If you fuck up your entire business, you'll get the money. Don't worry. Like, that's taxpayer money, but who cares? Like, this is absurd, man. Like,
it's one more instance of them using property and money to fuck us. They do it on a national level. They do it on a local level.
Absolutely.
It's just the way it goes. I know that you had been talking about a local instance of this.
Oh, yeah. So this one's extremely topical here. So I didn't have. Let me see. I'll pull up the article that I originally looked at. I took notes on it for you guys, but this is the local news. We'll do CNN just so it's, you know, a major news outlet. So Breonna Taylor, and I'm sure everyone's heard of Breonna Taylor at this point. If not, you absolutely should look up what happened to her. It was disgusting. Breonna Taylor was an EMT, and she was 26 years old, and she was working 2 jobs through the COVID crisis, both as an EMT and in a hospital as a volunteer. She was shot and killed she was shot 8 times and killed after a no-knock warrant for a narcotics investigation in March. And they went to the wrong house to find somebody who was already in police custody. That's important to note because it was just gross incompetence, right? And we're not talking about the shooting itself. We're talking about what happened afterwards. So her boyfriend returned fire on the police after they didn't announce themselves and was arrested. He was acquitted recently. No charges. He was good to go, if I'm not mistaken, and which is awesome. It's really good to hear. But what I want you guys to know is the house that they were renting was in what was considered a low cost or a low income neighborhood. So
I got a quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
Did the NRA have anything to say about her boyfriend try to advocate for him to get out of jail, or did he not meet their prerequisites?
Yeah, to my understanding, the NRA didn't bring up not once for self-defense, Second Amendment rights, nothing. As a matter of fact, most of the Second Amendment activists were completely silent. Yeah, no, I'm in a really weird spot when it comes to my political views. I am definitely pro Second Amendment for defense against, pretty much anybody. That I need to defend myself against, including the government and including, anyone who wants to do me or mine harm, right? He did exactly what I would have done. Somebody's coming into my house unannounced, they're loud, I will return fire immediately, right? No hesitation, which is his right as an American citizen. The problem is with these no-knock warrants is they can kind of do whatever they want because of the literature given in the warrant, right? And there's this happened a couple of times historically, and 2 or 3 people have gotten off, but a lot of people have gone to prison for this. But so regardless of the Second Amendment and everything, which is all completely messed up, right? Without the advocates, what happened here is the house they were renting, they moved out. So obviously he moved out or was out of the house after the killing of his girlfriend. They sold the house for $1 to the city. $1. Now, I'm going to pull up my notes for you real quick just because I wrote some things down. There was a warranty deed obtained by Wave 3 News, which I believe Wave 3 News was the local news, and it was dated for June 5th. It showed a purchase of the Glover's rented house from Lawmar Inc. for $1. The home value was about 17 grand. So it was a small, house in a poorer neighborhood. But $1, right? Who's selling the house for $1? Nobody's selling their house for $1. The reason the house was sold for $1 was there was this movement called, I believe, the Metro Act. Yeah. So basically, the city is attempting to they're gentrifying the neighborhood, essentially. They're not going to call it that. As a matter of fact, the mayor went on record of stating he's not trying to gentrify. He wants to keep people where they are. But this house, alongside dozens of others in the neighborhood, have been bought for similar values of $1, $10, $5, right? Just to show. It's like when you sell your brother your car for $1, right, as a gift, so that he doesn't have to pay taxes on it. So, and what's happening is several of the properties surrounding the home were labeled as city controlled, but his was not, right? So, and this is a theory, obviously. The theory is they were attempting to Fisher, who I believe is the mayor, was attempting to leave behind a legacy project in the Russell neighborhood, which includes Elliott Avenue, but first they had to focus on cleaning up the area. It also claims, and this is the really messed up part, it claims that police officers were pressured and misguided to clean up the neighborhood from drugs to pave the way for the gentrification project or the new development project, which, in turn led to a false no-knock warrant on somebody who was already arrested in the killing of an EMT who was 26 years old and the attempted prosecution of her boyfriend for defending his home. I don't understand how this is not talked about at all. This is insane, dude.
Should be on the news. Should be Epstein first. With this, those should be the 2 headlines, and neither one of them are. Instead, it's well, what messed up things Donald Trump said today? We get it. He says fucked up shit. Can we talk about some of the other problems that we can actually do something about?
Exactly, dude. This is so fucked up, man. And this isn't even conspiracy theory. This is a legitimate, documented occurrence, right? Documented insane. Purchase, documented development of a town, and then an increase of police arrests for drug charges, all in the same neighborhood. In a lot of, I'm never gonna know what it's like to experience something like this, right? I'm not in the position to, and it's terrifying to even think about. But this happens all the time, all the time, constantly to people, right? There are so many botched no-knock warrants of people dying, or for a while it was the dogs, right? Where they're shooting dogs on no knock warrants, or like they were going to people's yards to check stuff out and killing their pets and stuff like that. But like we've graduated to shooting EMTs and then buying their house for new neighborhood developments. Like I don't. Yeah. This is crazy, dude.
That's insane.
But yeah. Anyway, this is something I wanted to bring your guys' attention because it's really fucked up.
Yeah, that is fucked up. So put it on your radars. So I think we've only got one thing really left. I got some of that hot sauce that our good buddy was saying was the hottest hot sauce he'd ever had.
Right.
And I haven't gotten to try it yet. It's supposed to be one of the hottest hot sauces out there, though. It's called the Last Dab XXX Special.
Right.
So I think I'm going to eat some of that. I know that you don't have any, and obviously we're doing this show remotely because of COVID and because we live 2,000 miles from each other.
Right.
So I got a video that would give you kind of a similar feeling to what I'm doing. So hang on just a second. I got to go get my hot sauce.
Yeah, go for it. Grab your hot sauce. Do you?
Yeah.
Just a quick note while he's doing that. I appreciate the subscription, little piss baby. Really appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you so much for Shalom Gaming for following. I really appreciate the follows from Who Killed Brandon and Little Piss Baby as well. I'm not ignoring the chat. We're just trying to, keep our topics on. Normally, if I'm streaming during the night, I'm super inclusive as far as the chat's concerned. I like talking to people a whole lot, but I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Thanks for the support. This will also be up on YouTube probably by the end of the day, so we'll put links to that. So, fun fact, I'm actually, before you even eat that, it's the Last Dab, right, that you got?
Yeah, it's the Last Dab XXX one. This one here.
So, I'm just going to pull this up real fast just so we have it.
Oh, I don't know how to get it to... it's messing up with my green screen.
Oh, you're good, no worries. So, just as a reference to this, this is a sauce from a show on YouTube called Hot Ones, where they do, like, there's just, like...
Veggie chicken nuggets.
There's like this growing tier of like heat. So you eat like the first one's like sriracha, and the very last one they do is this hot sauce. And like they interview people and they eat this like super hot sauce, and like they're sweating and then so on and so forth. But that's just reference for what he's about to eat is what's called the Last Dab. So yeah, it's hot. It's very hot. We've had Gordon Ramsay went on there and did it, but I'm very excited to see this.
You gonna get your video ready so that you can be doing the same thing that I'm doing, only visually?
Right. All right, hold on. Let me. I just pulled it up. What is this? What are you?
This is a response to Murder Hornet. So you can see I've got some of the hot sauce on the chicken here.
The left shark eating the hot sauce. All right, so. Oh no. Hold on. We're gonna blow you up real quick so we can we're gonna watch you do you, and then we'll switch over to the video. All right, so we'll make you nice and big. All right, go ahead. That's all you, dog. Get you. See.
It's not that bad yet.
No, I hear it's kind of got a sweetness to it.
I've had a lot of very, very hot sauces before, and most of them do not have much flavor.
Yeah, those are the worst ones.
I gotta say, this one has a decent amount of flavor. All right, so that was nugget number one. In case you're wondering, I don't know if I can get my plate to show up here.
There it is.
When you see a little bit of sauce on the plate there, still kind of glooped up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat about 3 of those little gloops total. So the first one I already ate. This is the second one.
Now I just want some chicken nuggets.
Right. It's starting to get there.
Starting to warm up. Is it like hitting the back of your throat, or is it like, what's the burn like on there?
It's more on my tongue.
Okay.
Like straight up tongue burn once it starts hitting. Oof. But
how's the flavor? Is it good? Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good.
Oh, good. That's good.
It's probably the best like super hot sauce I've ever had. I don't even know if this is the hottest hot sauce I've ever had, but it's fucking up there. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, it's hot, but it tastes good. That's the thing that gets you. That's like, I have a problem with eating Asian food and like hot Asian food or Thai food, like anything. Yeah, it fucks me up, man. All right.
That one also had by far the most on it.
Little sweat, little glisten,
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little glistening.
The nose run, you can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, That's
Yeah, I want you to get going now.
All right, let's pull up this video real quick. We'll resize you. Bring this up. All right, so what have you sent me? What is this? Wasps. That is a wasp nest. A lot of them too. Those are hornets.
You doing volume? We got volume going?
Yeah, volume's on.
This guy's a real American.
There's no audio. Maybe he got muted.
Maybe.
Strange. That's fine.
He's just pretty much saying, did you want this guy, Wasps? Am I the guy you wanted? Really?
Jesus Christ! What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh shit, that's so gross. That's terrifying to me.
Yeah, that's terrible, isn't it?
That's a man. Now that's a man's man.
Assaulted in all of my senses, from the hot sauce,
your eyes,
and the eyes from this guy.
I can hear the quiver a little bit. That heat's hitting you a little bit, man. It's getting.
Oh yeah, it's there now, man. It's real hot.
It's warm. Yeah, you did like, so in the show they do like 1 dab on the last chicken wing. You just did 3.
Yeah, well, I mean, those people on the show are fucking pussies.
Yeah, I mean, you know. DJ Khaled got past the second wing and quit.
What?
He ate, so the second wing was Tapatio.
What?
So his first wing was like Sriracha, second wing was Tapatio, and he quit.
I'm going back in for more in honor of DJ Khaled.
This is shouts out to DJ Khaled.
And another one.
Just pour in a shot glass. No, don't do that, please.
Oh no.
That would be oof. All right.
It's hurting my cavity.
Your cat. Oh no, it's getting in there. It's It's fine. It's just killing the rot. You're good.
Mm-hmm. I guess since COVID's here, I'm just gonna wait for the tooth to fall out.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Dentists, like, what are they supposed to do? You got to get up in there.
I don't give a shit what they're doing. I'm not going in there. I'm cleaner than my fucking dentist.
Yeah, no, there's no chance, dude. There's so much cross-contamination.
Going to the dentist is like getting tattooed, but worse.
Yeah, you don't get anything cool when you leave.
If I had anything to drink, I would redeem that hydrate for you, but I have nothing to drink.
Oh, shit.
That was probably piss-poor timing on my part.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we're talking about this week. So that was fun. No, we're on every Saturday. If we're not on Saturday, you will know. That was a really good video. That guy is that's a man. That is a grown man. You gotta lose. Your left shark dance is good. Jesus Christ, dude. I can't even imagine like the build up on the heat right now. You're a little glistening. You got a little.
Dude, I
sheen.
got pools in my nose, man.
Little sheen going on.
Mustache catches them, you know.
Yeah, it's good. That'll be the worst too. Is like eating something hot and then it getting caught in there, and then you get it later.
I'm not drinking the hot sauce.
No, that's a terrible idea, man.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thanks for hanging out, guys.
In, everybody. Remember, it's the No References show. I think we forgot to say that at the beginning.
It is.
It's the most poorly produced, poorly written, poorly researched show.
Yeah. But we like Waffle House.
But we like Waffle House.
We got you. So if you ever need a Waffle House menu, it's right there. You're good.
I think we should play out the fight song again on the way out.
Absolutely.
The celebration of Harvey Updyke dying.
We're going to pull that up real quick. Go here. Just on the way out for you guys. Oh, I accidentally typed in Auburn fight and it brought up the Auburn Florida game. All right. This is it. Here we go.
Play us out, Timmy.
Hey! Oh, this video is dope. Hold on. There it is. Look at that. Let's go, War Eagle, baby. All right, guys, we're out. Thanks for hanging out. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Otherwise, follow us on Twitch at Biggie_Smallpox. Once again, deeply appreciate you guys for watching and hanging out with us. We will talk to you next Saturday. Thank you.